I work 4 days. What day you have to move to? I want to work part-time. What you want to do with it?
There you go. All you have to tell you smile.
You smile?
A little bit.
Nice looking young man under all that hair, huh?
It looks a lot better.
Want to bag it up? Look at it. And all cut out like something.
Like flat top.
Time of year, I'm gonna cut it off. I'll be like showing one up tonight.
There it is.
Too late.
I'm glad to hear that.
Just gonna cut it off anyway, it's bumper. No, well. Let's get my razor, you know. Dad found that guy.
Good guy.
The one with his family missing. I would have never left my family in the snow.
Oh.
They found his wife, and as you just said that, they found him. They found his pants. You don't know if it was a marker or what.
Well, they say he get lost. He never leave like the boat or wherever, you know.
I know,
Did someone die?
did they find him?
I think he died.
Did he die? They found him?
I think he died, yeah.
I was like a long time ago, huh, that they first.
Been missing 10 days.
From ABC News, this is World News with Carlos Cooper. Reporting done from Washington. Good evening. The Iraq study group working for 9 months now to find a new approach to the war in Iraq. This is this report today. It was 79 recommendations for changing course, but the report also read a bit like a report card. This administration conduct of the war and remarks were not good. You will cover all aspects of the report tonight, but we start with a very blunt assessment of the war and the conditions in Iraq right now, as presented by the group's co-chairman, former Secretary of State James Baker and former Congressman Lee Hyman. The situation in Iraq is grave and deteriorating. Violence is increasing with guilt and lethality. Attacks on U.S. forces and U.S. casualties continue at an alarming rate. The Iraqi people are suffering great hardship. The current approach is not working, and the ability of the United States to influence events is diminishing. Our ship of state has hit rough water. It must now chart a new way forward. No course of action in Iraq is guaranteed to stop and slide towards chaos. We do not recommend a state towards solution. In our opinion, that approach is no longer valid. And it is not. People are being killed day after day. Iraqis and the brave American troops who are trying to help them. Suffering in a world of fear, the Iraqis themselves dare not dream. They have been liberated from the nightmare of tyrannical order, only to face the nightmare of brutal violence. As a matter of humanitarian concern, as a matter of national interest, and as a matter of practical necessity, it is time to find a new way forward, a new approach. And with that as preamble, what do they recommend for a new approach?
been? What, a star?
Yeah. Sort of scale and careful up there.
Want to put the burns on? Or you want to leave them where they are?
Oh, you do.
We have made a terrible commitment in Iraq in terms of our blood and our treasure. And I think we owe it to them to try to take one last chance at making Iraq work. The criticism of U.S. policy...
Ain't never going to work. You need to get out of there. The war never going to end.
6 of the 1,000 Americans at the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad speak Arabic fluently. The group's
So they're building a permanent base there.
That's not surprising, though.
They need to close that border down.
This bunch of has-beens up here.
Kind of the American way to
Only black
go to
artists
the place
support
and
this outfit. We're going to get it
go to
from
the
the
base.
right. Far right, we're going to get it to the
Yeah, that's
far
good to
left.
base,
We're
but
gonna get
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that Cuba and other countries.
everybody else.
Yeah, definitely.
At least we be there.
The Commission did come out against some key proposals, no dividing Iraq into 3 regions, no big troop increase, and no immediate withdrawal. They did say the important goal, though, Charlie, that is to get those U.S. combat troops out of
A little bit.
Iraq.
My head feels a little lighter.
Our national security correspondent, Jonathan Call, reporting from Capitol Hill. We're going to go now to our chief White House correspondent, Martha Raddatz, and our chief Washington correspondent.
Well, Charlie, this report ratified a consensus here in Washington. Republicans say ratified the ability for the current class to restore is necessary. Now, there is a lot of disagreement over the 79 recommendations. There's a
We always got to get him to explain like we stupid.
Everyone's curious to see what the
I
president
hate that
has
when they do that.
Yeah.
Takes us to Martha Raddatz.
I can't understand what they're saying.
He's talking a lot about change. But I have
It's like after the president speaks and they come back.
Exactly. Tell you like, just dumb it down totally.
Well, he certainly has to go back,
Yeah,
but I doubt very much he'll adopt the
There's a few
entire
people that
report. He has several
definitely
different people working
need
on
that,
new
though.
strategies. At the White House session,
Yeah,
and
man.
he says again and again, he's going to look at all of those before he makes up
Okay,
his
this
mind.
was all bad
But I
news.
do think
Yeah.
it's a change in tone for the
the
president.
Senate.
He can't keep saying, yes, we're winning absolutely, when we have a bipartisan commission giving such a
See what he
strong
said we can
report
do
about
now.
Iraq.
And one of the things I want to bring up, George, I was...
I think you've done some good over there, you know, they don't show the good part. That's one thing, you know,
That's exactly right.
they don't want to show good news.
Adding 100,000 troops, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
our news here is very fear-oriented.
of troops that
I got some guys been there and they said, on their days off, they go and help them teach and rebuild, but they don't show that on the news.
Yeah, I bet it doesn't
They
sound.
say there's only one area that they're doing all this bombing in. It's not the whole country, so it's a pretty good sized country.
Yeah, definitely.
Number one, the Deputy Prime Minister of the Iraqi government said there is no doubt that the government of Iraq carries a heavy burden. But an influential Sunni group, the Association of Muslim Scholars, said the report is unrealistic and the solutions it provided. That group questioned whether U.S. troops could successfully train Iraqi forces. And then second, there is the reaction
whatever.
of American troops. ABC's Dan Harris talked to many of them today, and they voiced concern about some of the panel's key recommendations.
Yep, definitely I've had that. As long as I can remember.
Many of these soldiers told us they're caught in the middle of a civil war, a war that only gets worse if the U.S. troop presence here is reduced and the mission is shifted from combat to training Iraqi forces.
I think it's something that looks workable on paper for everybody, but the reality of it is, you don't have combat troops here, then the violence is going to spike, and we're going to be right back home here in another year or two, just like the war started with.
They say right now it is unrealistic to hand over security to Iraqi forces who are loyal not to their nation, but to their religious group.
It's not like they find help their country out, they find help their religion.
A sign of the mistrust when these soldiers mount a joint operation with their Iraqi counterparts, they tell them where to show up, but not what the mission will be.
That's a good thing, huh? That's a good thing.
Notwithstanding the grim forecast, every soldier we spoke with told us their commitment to this fight is undiminished. Most of the troops told us they are not close
closely following the debate in Washington over his strategy. As one soldier said, he is too busy trying to make sure the men to his left and to his right make it back alive. Dan Harris, ABC News, Baghdad. And one further note from Iraq, 10 more American troops were killed today as a result of 4 separate attacks. And late today here in Washington, the Senate gave overwhelming approval to the next man to lead America's troops. Robert Gates was confirmed as Defense Secretary by a Senate vote of 95-2, and he will succeed Donald Rumsfeld at the Pentagon. Still ahead on this broadcast, my conversation today with the co-chairman of the Iraq Study Group, why they're hopeful the president might change course in Iraq. An emotional discovery in the Oregon wilderness, the father who died but ended up saving his wife and children.
Oh, he died.
And never too old to learn, the 86-year-old third grader teaching the world a lesson.
This is World News with Charles Gibson. Brought to you by Cheerios.
This is great. Cheerios?
Grandma said they were good up.
Come here.
You can eat it.
Want to spin them around?
Yeah.
For every time.
Cheerios.
Look for 5 free celebrated bucks.
Right here.
One inside specially marked boxes of
Oh.
Cheerios.
I know rheumatoid arthritis is painful, but I didn't know it could attack my joints.
Scientists believe that in moderate to severe
Wrap it or you gonna wear it?
system can cause serious damage.
Wear it?